Oh, you okay? You saying hi to the humans? He was just laying down. He was all sleeping for a second there. Why are you suddenly up and active? Just 'cause the camera turned on? You the star? Yeah. Oh yeah, you're the star? Oh, I see. Oh, you think you needed like a meat stick or something? 'Cause you're the star? I see. Well, hold on, let me get you a meat stick. I gotta put the camera down so I can get you the meat stick. Oh my goodness. Tossing in a greenie too, because I want you to chew on something and clean your teeth. Meat stick and a greenie. Here you go. Yeah, there. Okay. With that part out of the way now. Yes, you're very excited. You enjoy that? And Daddy will make the video super quick? Daddy has to watch how much memory I use up today. Phone is kind of limited. I gotta be careful, but we will try and do a short video so that we can actually edit it and all that good stuff. So, with that said, good afternoon, Magic players and card collectors of all kinds. Welcome back to the channel. It is the beginning of the month, and as such, we are going to attempt for the third time since last month's challenge didn't happen, the Commander Core Creator Challenge. Since last month's challenge didn't happen because both Snoop and I forgot, to be perfectly honest, and we have yet to convince any of the rest of our audience to the rest of my Kaiba and Mai's audience, I mean, to participate in the challenge. So the pack that was up for last month is up again this month, and maybe I'll throw in an extra bonus pack. But I haven't bought that extra bonus pack yet, and I'm not going to tell you what it is until later. So if you want to have the chance to win a Throne of Eldraines and potentially a second old school pack of some kind, you might want to participate this month. And speaking of participating this month, I have curated the challenge this month because I gave a lot of thought to last month's issues. And while a big part of it, the reason I didn't at least, build a deck last month is due to the fact that I really didn't want to build green, one, and two, I really just wasn't interested in building a Planeswalker deck yet. And three, I just got overwhelmed with a whole bunch of stuff at work. So I kind of used the work as a reasoning to justify why I wasn't doing any card stuff other than the openings that I was doing. So while I did do all the opening videos last month, pretty much, with the exception of maybe one or two, I did not actually build any decks last month whatsoever. I took an entire month off of deck building. I just kind of chilled. I don't even think I really edited very many decks. I might have edited one or two, but that was about it. Like, I just really haven't been into Magic the Gathering much recently, and I think a lot of that is because I'm just not playing the game anymore. I haven't played Commander for now. I haven't played Commander basically since my dad came back from out east. So a big part of that being because Kaiba just gets really upset when I try to leave on Saturday nights, and Thursday nights it's just become ridiculous to try and actually go out and then come back and go to work on a Friday morning. I just can't do that. So, with all that said, um, all that nonsense and good stuff out of the way, I wish to show you the 5 potential commanders, or wait, 6 potential commanders for this month. Now, um, I unfortunately cannot put 6 options into one post. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out 2 posts after I publish this video. Each of those posts is going to contain 3 of the commanders. And the top 2 commanders, as of Wednesday, by everybody in the community's votes, will compete in a head-to-head challenge, and the greatest vote, whichever one gets the most votes out of those 2, is the one that we will build this month. Since I am delaying the actual announcement of the official commander until Friday next week, which I will announce during the Jumpstart Your Day, I will announce the winner of the Commander Core Creator Challenge that day. So, because I'm delaying it a week, we will let the competition be open until October 29th. Either 29th or 30th. I haven't decided for sure. And then I'm going to actually put out the winning deck profile video on the 31st. So I'm going to put it out on a Friday instead of a Saturday. That way, November 1st, we can start the new challenge. So, with all that said, this month I picked out commanders that I actually would be interested in building. I didn't do it by random out of the box like I normally do. I think that I need to motivate myself to want to build this deck, and so I needed to pick some legendaries that I thought I would really actually get a kick out of building something with. Um, these 6 I think I would have a lot of fun with. There are 3 monocolored commanders, and they will be in one poll together. And then there are 3 multiple colored commanders, and they will be in the second poll. So we will have either a monocolor or a multiple colored commander, but there will be no green. No green this month. So, for the monocolored commanders, I have Gix Yawgmoth Praetor. I think that that would be a really fun black commander to build. Mono black deck. Everybody gets the choice of paying life when they attack to draw cards, and then I can actually pay 4 and 3 black to discard my hand essentially, or however many cards I wish, and then I can exile that many cards from the top of somebody's deck and play their cards for free, which is crazy. Um, I think he's going to be a really hard one to pull off, but I think that it would be a fun one to see people build. It's definitely going to be a combat-based deck probably if I build that one. Um, so yeah, we have that. Another combat-based deck that is potentially on the line is Mercasus. No, sorry, Micaeus the Lunarch. I really think Micaeus the Lunarch could be a fun deck to build. I like the fact that it's X and white, so commander tax, while that will still count, you can probably get a whole bunch of planes onto the field easily enough if you build this deck well, and then just pump the crap out of Micaeus. And Micaeus' second ability is insane. You can tap him to remove 1 counter from him, and then put a +1/+1 counter on everything on your board. So this will definitely be another combat-based deck if I build that one. So again, this is going to be a choice by the community. I'm just putting out the 6 options, and then you guys are going to decide which one we're going to build this month. I'm not going to tell you what all my strategies are for each of these commanders. I'm just telling you the ones that I think are kind of obvious. The next one I think is kind of obvious too, to a certain extent. But actually, no, you know what? I don't think the next one is obvious, so I'm not going to tell you the strategy for that one. The last mono-colored commander that I'm considering for this month is Osier Axonil? Osier Axonil Deepest Might. I really like this guy. I think he's going to be a fun one to build a commander deck around. He's a 4/4 with trample, and whenever a red source would deal any sort of damage to non-combat damage to my opponent, it actually will deal however much damage his power is, which is pretty cool. And then when he dies, he becomes a land. So essentially, commander attacks gets avoided very easily with this one as long as the land doesn't get destroyed. You can keep bringing your commander back by doing some non-combat damage. Um, Actually, that is kind of obvious. In that case, it's probably going to be a whole red mana burn deck if I build that one. And I expect that most people's decks will be very similar. But like I say, it'll be interesting to see what other people do with them. I'm just saying these are the obvious ones to me. The rest of these, again, most of them are pretty obvious. There's one that is really not going to be obvious what I'm going to do with it. I really don't. I'm going to surprise you with that one. If you guys pick this commander, which is the one I'm going to reveal next, if you pick this one, the deck that you guys see me build is going to be really interesting to you guys. I don't think you guys will see it coming. This commander is actually the one out of the 6 that I really want to build this month. Out of all these options, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to put it out on the table right now. This is my choice for the month. Uh, I do have one backup choice in my hand currently that I'm also interested in building. I'm not as interested in building the mono-colored commanders, but I wanted to put them out there as options in case the community is more interested in that. My choice for the month would be Bilbo Retired Burglar. I think that I have a really fun idea for how I want to build that deck, and I don't think a lot of other people are going to go the same direction that I would, which would make it more entertaining for the end result video, I think. Bilbo Retired Burglar is 1 blue red. When he enters or leaves, the ring tempts you, and whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you get to make a treasure token. Um, like I say, I have a really neat idea for what I'm going to do with that, but I'm not going to tell you what it is because I don't want anybody taking my idea. This one is a little more obvious as to what I'm going to do with it, and so is the next one. But again, the creativity comes with just what cards we're going to pick. So, for me, my second choice of the month that I would be interested in building is Rona, Shieldred's Faithful. The reason I want to build that is because I think that that would pair really cool with that Dimir control deck that I showed you guys last week in Super Deck Sunday. I think that a lot of the cards in here I would just put directly into this, and then I would build from there. And I think that would be a really fun deck for me to build because I'm actually really interested in using this control Pioneer deck for something. So I'm pretty keen on that. I know I said in the video when I showed you the Super Deck Sunday video that I was more interested in building it with rats and stuff, but when I started looking through the box this morning, I really thought that this would be a fun one to do. Whenever you cast an instance of sorcery, everybody loses a life except for you, and you can cast this from your graveyard by discarding 2 cards in addition to paying the mana value. So you don't, again, this one can get around commander tax the way Osier can, which I think is pretty cool. The final option for the month is a deck that I've been talking about building for a while. It is one that I think that some people in the community might find very entertaining to build, so I wanted to put it out there as an option. It isn't my first choice, it's actually maybe my 4th choice, to be honest, because if I'm going to pick a mono-colored one, I would probably build that. But I think I would build that just because it's easy, though, not because I would enjoy it as much as I enjoy these two. But this is one that I've been wanting to build for a while. I just not sure if I have all the cards yet that I want to have for it. And that is Pramicon, the Sky Rampart. I've been talking about building a Walls deck for a while. This is the commander that I've been considering using for that Walls deck. I think that a fun Walls deck would be really entertaining to play against my opponents. Um, it's a 1/5 with Flying and Defender for blue, red, and white. And when it enters, you choose either left or right, and everybody can only attack the opponent in that direction nearest to them. So if I pick left, I can only attack the people on the left of me, and the person on the right of me can only attack me, which I think would make for a very entertaining commander game with walls because basically I'm kind of taking away combat from the game. So it'd be interesting to see how people will win in that sort of situation. So those are the 6 commanders available for Commander Core Creator Challenge. As I say, I'm going to put together this video now and publish it right away. And then I will put out the poll for the options. And then I have a couple other things I want to try and shoot today while my dad's outside. If I get lucky, hopefully he will stay out there for a little while and I can get these things done. But in the meantime, in between time, just in case, I'm going to cut this one off here by going over and giving you guys a lovely shot of the Lord of our love, Mr. Kaiba. I need to get this little stain out of my bed. I put on his fleece stuff this morning and then he turned over and went to sleep. And I went to sleep too, and I didn't think about it, but all the stuff just kind of leaked off onto the bed. So I gotta get that clean too. But in the meantime, in between time, from Kaiba over here, and I to you take care. Much love to you all. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and that you have a lovely weekend. Okay?